Rare earths. They sound exotic, and despite some being more common than copper, they can be more valuable than gold or even diamonds. Join us as we take you on a deep dive into the mysterious world of rare earths. Trading Up, a collaboration by the West Australian and Grapha. This episode is brought to you by Optus Stadium. Elevate your experience with premium hospitality. Let's start with this chart, which shows how rare earth stocks have tracked so far this year. The ASX has barely moved in the last 12 months, up 0.58%, whereas these rare earth stocks are going crazy. So why are investors going nuts for rare earth stocks? Well, the minerals are key to making many of the tech gadgets that we just can't do without, like smartphones and AirPods, as well as quite a few things we are going to need to go green. Batteries for electric cars, components for wind turbines, all of them need rare earths to generate that green energy. They're even needed to make fighter jets, but more on that later. And the game we all love to play, let's spin the wheel. Take Lindian Resources, for example. Their rare earth project in Africa is one of the biggest outside China, which is the world's biggest producers of rare earths, by the way. If you had invested $1,000 in the Perth-owned miner on this day last year, that would now be worth more than $5,000 today. Now we know what you're thinking. Many of these rare earth miners are small caps, meaning investing in them can be risky. But not all of them are tiddlers. Just to put these numbers into perspective, the biggest player, Lynas Rare Earths, is now a bigger company than electronics retailer JB Hi-Fi. And there's a new kid on the rare earths block with Augustus Minerals listing on the ASX yesterday. The company has a large pocket of land in WA's Gascoyne region and is focused on mining not just rare earths but also copper and lithium. Now, remember when we mentioned earlier that rare earths could even be used in fighter jets? Well, that may be about to become a problem. China has 35% of the world's rare earth reserves, and last month they threatened to ban all exports of the mineral. We think it might be because they don't want their trade rivals in the States getting their hands on the stuff to make warplanes.
Beijing is updating its list of industrial technologies subject to export controls. Now, if that ban comes into play, it'll put a dent in the goals of the US and Europe, which don't manufacture these on their own.
While that's not great news for the world's supply of rare earths, it is good news for the price of this magic ingredient in iPhones. And Australia is in a great position to take advantage. We hold the 6th largest reserves of rare earths on the planet. If China carries out its threat, it hasn't yet, then the demand for Aussie rare earths could skyrocket even further. So how can you get a piece of the action? Well, unless you own a patch of dirt somewhere in the WA outback and the funds to mine it yourself, buying shares in the companies that do might be your best bet. But will those stocks continue to rise? Now, we aren't financial advisors here, but we can understand a chart. This chart shows the global index for rare earth prices over the last 3 years. It's also worth noting that prices have spiked since the Chinese threatened to stop selling the stuff back in April. Will China continue to dominate the rare earths market, or will Australia become the down under underdog of rare earths? We hope you enjoyed this special edition of Trading Up. We'll be back with our daily updates on the day in business on Monday. In the meantime, you can find more business news content and analysis on thewest.com.au and grapha.com. I'm Colin Ebsworth. We'll see you next time.